Hello everyone, Metal Gear Sort of here. I'm playing Genshin Impact here with Barbara. We're on the 1.4 update, and let's see, something happened during the 1.3 update where they changed Barbara's voice. It's the same voice actress, just they had her redo all of her lines, especially her field lines, to something more quiet, more reserved, I guess you could call it. And me and a few others didn't really like that as much since we're so used to the more energetic Barbara voice, so I decided to try to fix that, and here's the result.
Come on, we can do it!
Look at that. That would be the old Barbara voice right there. The more energetic version of her voice, so let me show you what I did to get that. If I just Alt-Tab for a second. Right here in this folder, this is Genshin Impact's main folder here. Genshin Impact Game, Genshin Impact Data, Streaming Assets, Audio, Generated Sound Banks, Windows, and English US. This folder right here, these PCK files, are all the audio files for the game. And this is specifically the English, all the English voiceovers you hear from, the field, from the cutscenes, and everything. Now, these first sets of external files, external 0 all the way to external 31, these appear to be the original, base files for everything. And all these VO files right here appear to be update files, from 1.2 all the way up to the current 1.4. So, and what I've learned is the game doesn't actually need these to run. If you remove all these files, in fact, if you remove the entire English US folder, just empty it out, the game will still run just fine. It just, you won't hear any voices, basically. So what I've done is, let's see here. I can't do it right now. If I try to move any of the files now, it'll just give me an error, like, I'll try to delete this. Oops. Must have a file name. Nope. There we go. See, action cannot be completed because the file is open in Genshin Impact EXE. The game's currently using these right now because I have the game set to English. So you can't modify them, at least not with the game running anyway. You can totally close the game and move these to a different folder, like I've done here. See, I've got a complete backup of all of them here. But if you, let's see, to sort of test this out, I was doing this. What you can do is you can go to Settings and change your voiceover language to something other than English, and that will cause the game to use the other, in this case it'll use the Chinese voiceover files here, which will free up the English ones to be modified. So now I can take, let's see, I'll go back here and grab all of the old 1.3 files that I moved. And it's important, and you have to move them. You can't rename them or anything like that. It just won't work. It'll still see the files there, and it'll still load them and everything, but like right now, well, see, I can delete that now. See, and I can delete it just fine. That was 1.4, so I'll just grab all of these and put them back in there. From 1.3, copy, and we'll put all these back in here. There we go. See, it takes no time at all. Now, if I come back into the game and I change it back to English, we got the new Barbara voice now. So that's how you get the old Barbara voice back. You just have to move the 1.3 voiceover files, and it'll cause. And it looks like the old Barbara's old voiceover file, voiceover sound files are still in these external packs somewhere. And let's see. Now, moving these around, like, let's see, there's only one problem with moving these around. Since these contain the voiceovers for, basically every character in the game, moving these around, these don't just contain Barbara's new voice files. These contain also NPC characters as well as other character player files as well. So, let's see, I think Hu Tao and Xiao's voiceover lines are in here as well. Let's see, I've already got these backed up, so I can just go ahead and delete them. So if you do this, if you move these files over to a new folder like I just did, like I did here, you know, like I said, you can get the old Barbara voice back, but you will also lose any character, you know, the new voices for new characters like Hu Tao and Xiao, and you know, any story missions that that were tied to that particular update will also, you know, the missions themselves will still work, but the voiceovers will stop working basically. And you can sit there and try to sort of pick out which PCK file has which set of voice clips in it, but it's kind of a daunting task. They're kind of spread out across different files, and I don't really see an order to them at all, other than just this group belongs to this update. So it looks like the way MiHoYo is going to do this is just they're going to add new files as they need them. You know, new voiceover files for in here, and probably new 3D assets in other folders or whatnot. But now the other thing to note is that I use Steam for this. I go through Steam to, you know, mainly for controller support. What am I doing that for? So I haven't tried this with the launcher yet. I don't know if the launcher will verify the files and just re-download them or not, but even if it does, you can just either launch the game outside of the launcher or run it through Steam like I'm doing. And you can have the old Barbara voice back if you want. And hopefully MiHoYo will leave the old files alone and not modify them at all. And that's pretty much it. Have a nice day, and enjoy having the old Barbara voice back if that's what you're wanting.